Hi, my name is Ashton Edwards, and this is presentation 3. I have chosen to do my presentation on the case of Harry Markopolos blowing the whistle on the Madoff Ponzi scheme. Just a little bit of background about Harry Markopolos. He was a Boston-based accountant that formerly was an employee of the Rampart Investment Management Group. And like I said before, he is famously known for blowing the whistle on Madoff's Ponzi scheme, which was a $50 billion Ponzi scheme defrauding investors of their money. So Harry Markopolos did have a vested interest because a lot of the clientele that would have gone to Rampart Investment ended up going to Madoff's investment company because they were receiving a very high return. So one of the assignments that Markopolos received as a member of this Rampart Investment Management Group was to try to recreate the investment strategy from Madoff, to try to see if he could receive the same kind of returns that Madoff's clients were receiving. After trying to do so and not being able to do so, Harry Markopolos started to recognize that there were certain red flags that he was seeing, such as Madoff still receiving gains when markets would go on a downturn. So there was red flag after red flag that led Markopolos to believing that it was either one of two types of fraudulent scandals. So we're going to go through how Harry Markopolos blew the whistle and why it was so effective. So the first question is, did Harry Markopolos follow the IMA guidelines for resolution conflict for being able to blow a whistle? So there's really 3 steps to this, and the first is, did he use the proper chain of command? In his case, he did. He told his supervisors that he believed that a Ponzi scheme or some kind of fraudulent activity was going on. So he went as high as he could up in his own company, but because the fraudulent activity was not coming from his own company, he had to go to the next step up, which was going to an SEC contact. And so he had to go right to the top, and that was the right approach in this case. The second step to the IMA guidelines is to seek out counsel from an IMA ethics advisor and evaluate options. It doesn't say exactly if you reached out to anybody in the IMA, but Harry Markopolos definitely evaluated all of his options on how he could bring this fraudulent activity to the public's eye. In no way did Harry Markopolos want to be famous or want the limelight for blowing the whistle. He just wanted the activity to stop. And then third, did he consult an attorney to discuss his ethical conflict? It didn't say exactly if he did, but one has to believe that Harry Markopolos took that step. So the second question is, how did Harry Markopolos follow the advice given from Badaracco in his paper, We Don't Need Another Hero? So in this paper, there are 4 steps that I really like that Badaracco gives when trying to deal with whistleblowing and with deciding whether or not and how you should blow the whistle. The first is giving things time to quiet down. Harry Markopolos definitely took calculated time to observe and study Madoff's movements. It took him over 8 years of writing memos to the SEC until he was finally heard. And so he wasn't acting on a whim. He wasn't acting uncalculated when he made those decisions to blow the whistle. The second point Badaracco makes is to pick your battles wisely. And I believe that Harry Markopolos did this because he didn't go straight to the media. He didn't go straight to sources that would have twisted facts. He kept going to the SEC even though they didn't listen to him very well. He kept going to the right contacts. Third is bend the rules, don't break them. In this case, I didn't see very many places where Markopolos bended the rules, but maybe a social rule is to not continue to bother an authority like the SEC, but he did so because he felt it was important. So I thought that was kind of cool. And fourth is to find a compromise. Many of these fraud investigators will go after different fraudulent scandals because they may receive a whistleblower's check. And once Harry Markopolos found that he wasn't going to receive a whistleblower's check, he still continued to pursue the Madoff Ponzi scheme and wanted to bring him down for the challenge and for the good of society. So Harry Markopolos is definitely a good example of what it means to be a good whistleblower. Relentless, gritty, and it was a great time being able to study him. Thank you.